Hello everybody. We are continuing our series on prayer. This morning we're going to think about where we can pray. I'd like us to look at some people in the Bible and where they prayed. I'm going to give you some clues and I would like you to guess who the person is and where they are praying. You can always ask a grown-up to help you, and grown-ups you can guess too. The first person. And the first clue is part of this person's prayer. From the depths of the grave, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the deep, into the very heart of the seas. All your waves and breakers swept over me, and seaweed was wrapped around my head. The second clue. This person was running away from God. And here's the third clue. He sailed from Joppa and the ship was in a storm. I wonder if you have guessed who this person is and where he was praying. Well done if you said Jonah. Where is he praying? He is inside the whale. That's a very unusual place to pray. God answered Jonah's prayer and the whale coughed him up. Jonah then did as God asked and told the people about God. Now here's the second person to guess. And this is your first clue. This person took some friends with him and they fell asleep while this person was praying. The second clue. This person was very upset that something bad was going to happen to him. The third clue. This is part of this person's prayer. If it is possible, may this cup be taken from me, yet not as I will, but as you will. Have you guessed who this person is and where he is praying? Yes, this person is Jesus. He's praying in the Garden of Gethsemane. This is just before Jesus is arrested and crucified on the cross. Gardens are a good place to pray. They are often peaceful, full of beautiful plants and trees that God has made. Now we're going to look at a third person. In fact, this is two people. The first clue. These two people had been arrested and beaten. The second clue. Following their prayers, there was a violent earthquake. And the last clue. It was midnight, and as well as praying, they were singing hymns. You're right if you said Paul and Silas, and that they were praying in prison. They'd been arrested for talking about God. After the earthquake, they walked out of the prison as the doors had been opened. Even though Paul and Silas were in prison, they were able to pray to God. Now let's look at character 4. You might find this one just a bit more tricky. Clue 1 is part of this person's prayer. O Lord Almighty, if you will only look upon your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant. Clue 2. This person is a woman. And here's clue 3. It's a little more of her prayer. If you give your servant a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life. I wonder if you know who this is and where they're praying. Very well done if you guessed Hannah. And Hannah was praying in the temple. Church is somewhere where we often pray. Hannah had no children, but God answered her prayer, and she had a baby boy called Samuel. We have seen that these 4 people prayed in different places. We can pray at any time and in any place. You can pray at home, at school, outside, on the bus, in church, just wherever you are. God is always with us and is always listening.
Jesus never, never, never turns anyone away. No, no, no. Jesus never, never, never turns anyone away. He welcomes the young, he welcomes the old. He never leaves anyone out in the cold. He welcomes the hungry, he welcomes the lame. Jesus welcomes everyone the same. Jesus never, never, never turns anyone away. No, no, no. Jesus never, never, never turns anyone away. He never, 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 never turns anyone away. He never, 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 never turns anyone away.